Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to talk about Armon Wiggins. Then we're going to delve into a clip from DJ Akademiks stream and talk about what his opinion was on the Nicki Minaj and Latto situation. And we're going to see the reason why I'm tying both Armon and Akademiks. So I'll start off with Armon. Armon was a channel, Armon Wiggins show rather, was a channel that I started to watch pretty much a year ago. I didn't know much about him. So I'd say about a year and a half deep, if not a year. And I started to watch him because I was looking through YouTube and I saw this channel and I was like, wow, there's one channel that is celebrating Cardi B and defending Cardi B. We didn't have that at all. We really don't have that much representation, and that's why I started this channel when Armon started to flip-flop. So, Armon Wiggins was defending Cardi B. Little did I know when I joined Twitter and started to watch more YouTube videos is that Armon was a full-fledged barb who used to drag Cardi B to the smittens. But then Nicki Minaj unfollowed him and got upset with him one day when he started to post things that she wasn't in agreement with, right? So now he went full-fledged Bardigang kind of theme on his channel. So when I'm seeing this, I'm thinking that he's always been about Bardigang. Turns out not. Couple months later, or way down the line, he drops deposit your check, right? And he kind of seems very upset about the reception. He felt that people, including his own audience, didn't support the record as they were supposed to, because that was a song, then it stayed at really low reviews for a couple of days, if not months. And Wiley, one of the YouTubers, really went in on him and teased him about how he claims he knows all these people and yet he wasn't able to get the views. Whatever. But then around that time, Armon Wiggins' commentary started to change, where he started to look like, yeah, I understand why Nicki did that. I understand why Nicki did that. Yeah, I understand that it looks like this, but I think what Nicki meant is... So he started to swing that way. And a lot of people said that it was because Cardi B did not post his song. But if I was Cardi B, I would not post Armon Wiggins' song, especially not on the week he releases it. Like, who is you? I do not know you like that. We is not cool like that. Cardi B is very courteous, and honestly, to be honest with you, she's more tolerant than I am, because I know she knows what Armon does. I know she knows how he flip-flops, but she gives him some kind of grace. But I know she's not naive to the fact that he's a flip-flopper. Because there are times when Armon goes like, oh, I sent Cardi messages, but for some reason she don't be responding to messages. And I'm like, I know why she does not respond. You are not no Ken Barbie, and she's not going to respond to you like that. She's being gracious. She's really being gracious to you. Trust and believe. So, push forward to now. Let's just really move forward. He did a commentary on Nicki Minaj and Latto, and Armon Wiggins literally goes off on Latto and says, pretty much insinuates that Latto started it, that Latto has always been fake, and Latto has always been disloyal, so he sees why Nicki Minaj came at Latto. But so many people saw it different. People have known who Nicki is. They were looking at it as a totality. And they know how Nicki is a bully. They know how she manipulates people. They know how she plays victim. And Armon completely ignored every single thing he's ever said about Nicki. And started to say things like, I love Nicki. He said, I love Nicki on Twitter. He said, I love Nicki. But then months ago, it was like, I like her music. I just can't stand her as a person. But he said, I love Nicki. And then he goes on this rant of saying, I'm not trying to pick a side. Don't tell me who to pick a side. Amon, when people are telling you that you're flip-flopping, they're not saying that, oh, you talking good about Nicki and bad about Cardi and then good about... Well, some of them are saying that, but what they're saying is you're pandering. And what Armon Wiggins does is he panders to people. You can see him get excited when he has a bunch of people on his live. But the reason why he has a bunch of people is because he's pandering to both sides. And each side, whether it's Bardigang or the Barbs, are tuning in to make sure, is he going to pander to the Barbs today or is he going to pander to Bardigang? And that's how he's maintaining all that. So he's really manipulating a lot of people in that platform. This time, again, he said Latto started it and everything. But now let's go ahead and listen to what Akademiks had to say. Now we know Akademiks has also been very critical of Nicki, but he's given her props. He really feels like she's the female of the females, and no question. And he feels like she can go harder than a lot of dudes. So for Akademiks to see it that way, but then still be objective and stick to facts, that's where he raises the level. And that's why I always say, even though people have a funny way of looking at Akademiks, a lot of times I always still tune in to see what he's talking about, because he has a lot of logical reasoning behind his theories and what he talks about. So let's go ahead and listen to this little clip that was played.
Now, this is why I say Nicki's manipulative. Not only does she, I believe, manipulate her fans to do really heinous things on her behalf, Nicki's trying to manipulate people to actually believe that Latto should be speaking up for her. Latto song ain't kicked out of this shit, and even if she do believe she do rock with you, why would she? You know what I mean? Why would she just boycott the whole or say something that say, "Yo, don't consider my song if you're not considering Nicki's song"? What? So anyway, this is how, and this is where the manipulation starts. I always tell you, Nicki's a manipulator. Look, rather than speak up for the black woman, bro, what does it matter if you're a black woman? You could have just left it as you were her biggest inspiration, which she admitted. But once you start using these trigger terms, oh, you ain't want to speak up for a black woman. Also, you called her a Karen. So you're basically saying she's a Karen when she's completely, she's a mixed woman. You're trying to basically say she's a white woman that want to be black, and then you're basically trying to use the fact that you're a black woman and trying to say that, yo, the mere fact she won't speak up for me, and also because she said I inspired her, she won't speak up. Do you see the manipulation tactic?
Now remember what we said, that Nicki is also a mixed woman, but I think a lot of people don't really know that Nicki has Indian in her and Afro-Trinidadian, so she's a mixed woman too. But a lot of people just assume that she's black because she's always represented, oh, I'm a black woman.
This is sad, and it's sickening actually. So she went public with that. And it's obviously, I keep telling all female rappers who are so happy to be in her presence, why? Why y'all so happy to be in her presence when in reality she doesn't care about you? You get what I mean? Then,
So you see what he said. In reality, she doesn't care about you. Now, the reason why this is important is because Latto had been talking to Nicki. She did share the fact that I think you're moving funny, so I'm going to support you from the sidelines, right? But Armon Wiggins was acting like Latto, has to just continue supporting her because she claimed to be her number one supporter, and that her changing and saying she's doing it from the sidelines based on how Nicki was acting, not because of Latto, that she was being fake and disloyal and that she was upset because of a feature. But I don't think it has anything to do with the feature. That's one thing I believe in Latto. It does not have to do with the feature. It has to do with the way Nicki was moving. Because Latto has asked for a feature from a lot of girls, and I know Cardi B is one of them, and she said no one said yes to her. But she's not having issues with Cardi. She's still talking to Cardi, even on Twitter. They've communicated. So that's not the issue.
Yeah. Then, Latto says this. First of all, I texted you because I didn't want to do the internet shit with someone I looked up to. Just like the first time I DM'd you asking about your ongoing subtweets. I wanted to speak up because, like I said, I do agree. But the way you're going about it, it seems malicious, especially after how we left off. Bro, this makes sense. Okay? Yo, you said, the girl even said, by the way, those voice calls were a long time ago. Remember I told you. She said she's going to support you from the sidelines. Now you want her to jump up and basically try to fuck up her relationship with the recording committee, that she could jeopardize her song being considered just that your song could get considered. Like, Nicki thinks everybody's career and life, and this is why the barbs are so, like, hurtful or, like, dangerous. They think no one's career or life or hopes or dreams matters except Nicki. And that's, like, when you think about that type of shit, you have to be literally a sicko to actually believe that only Nicki Minaj wants and needs should be considered. No one else's goals or aspirations. Right? Then, Latto says, I've ignored countless subtweets since March and instead addressed you in the DMs. You're asking why I didn't speak up in your defense. It's the same answer I gave you when you asked why I didn't congratulate you. You're literally older than my mom, trying to be a bully. Which, by the way, damn. I keep telling you, Nicki Minaj has an insecurity about her age. Kanye is not insecure about being 40. I don't think Jay-Z is insecure about being 50. I don't think Diddy, well, maybe Diddy, I don't know. Because Diddy looks like he's trying to compete with the Suns. I don't know. If you fucking the same girl, I don't know. But anyway, I would hope Drake is not insecure about being like, what's Drake, like 36 or whatever? It is what it is, nigga. Like, bro, everybody's gonna age. Nicki fires back. All this time, I thought you was at least 35. You see? You see? You touch on the age thing for Nicki, it stings. And this is why the case of Nicki is sad. Because Nicki came in the game and she was, she went up against, Lil' Kim, and a lot of people said, oh no, Kim was kind of like just a little bit, she was just older and bitter, and that's what the narrative was. And you would imagine, like, it's kind of like when you're grown by your parents and your parents used to do some shit that you're like, yo, that was whack. You're like, yo, I'm never going to do that to my kid. You would imagine that Nicki would be like, yo, the same way that the whole Kim and me thing was, bruh, I'm not going to do it to another woman. You get what I mean? Or she will understand why other women are doing it to her. You get what I mean? Like, for example, she kind of age-shamed Lil' Kim when she came in the game. Now, other girls, when they kind of age-shame her, it hurts. Because...
So, this is a very good point, is that a lot of people don't understand that the reason why Nicki is so bitter is because it's younger female rappers that are coming in the game. And that comment that Latto made where she said it was only Nicki at one time and now we're all on the same level. Nicki is upset that somebody who's much, much younger than her is saying this, because Latto is like about 16, 17 years younger than Nicki. She is starting to feel the Little Kim effect. And I think she's battling, like Akademiks said, with her age right now, because she understands what age comes with in the hip-hop game. A lot of times, if you notice, when people in hip-hop start to grow older, people start to treat them different, start to talk about, or they fell off, they ain't as hot as they used to be. Nicki is battling with that because she has nothing more going on in terms of something so significant. Now, what am I talking about? She does have things going on, but she doesn't have something like Rihanna. She has her Fenty, $1 billion business. Beyonce has her little deals, you know, Ivy Park. She has Tiffany's, and I mean, she's married to Jay-Z, who has his own $1 billion enterprise. Kanye West, $1 billion. These are people that she started with, okay? She was on the same level, if not even more famous. That she was actually more famous than each and every one of them, including Drake at one point in time. But now they all have $1 billion deals, and she still just got rap. There's nothing that has a brand name of Nicki Minaj on a business front that's like giving her millions, hundreds of millions. There's nothing like that. Not yet. If she gets it, she gets it. But right now, she doesn't have anyone who's like a brand deal, Cardi's even working towards that. She has a Reebok, she has a Whip Shots. She has brand names that are familiar with people by now. And she's focused more on a lot of business ventures. Nicki and Cardi also has Playboy. Nicki tried to become a creative director of Maxim. We've not heard anything she's done with that. We've not seen anything that's come out of it. Nothing. When Cardi did the Playboy, she's advertised it. We've seen that people are on there. If you go to the site, posting pictures, there's an option to sign up and kind of have a little, like a Twitter Spaces with people who you're familiar with. Almost like a classy OnlyFans, I must say, because, you could go and see really sexy kind of stuff. So I'm trying to be PG-13, so that's why I had to kind of slow down a little bit. Anyway, so she's doing that, but Nicki, there's nothing that's come out that says this is what Nicki has released. So Nicki is battling with the fact that she's growing old and she really has nothing to show for it. The music thing is the only thing she has to show for it, and that's why she's grasping so hard and going so hard at this female rappers and every music industry exec and power person, because that's all she has. This is all she has to her name right now. So she has to defend it like she has nothing else left. One other thing that Akademiks said that it's not included in this clip that I saved is that Nicki has consistently talked about people doing payola and all this stuff, saying Cardi or so-and-so is paying for things. And Akademiks said, do you think Nicki is that moral enough that if that was an option, she wouldn't pay for it either? You think that? And he said, she always talks about, Latto is feeling this way because she's affiliated with some white men. But Akademiks said, Nicki is signed to Republic. She has a lot of say-so and a lot of white people who are behind her. That's how she was able to get her SFG to number Super Freaky Grandma to number 1. Don't think she didn't do that because she didn't have a machine behind her and money. You don't do that by just being a nobody. So stop playing victim, Nicki.
That's what she used to do. So that's why she fires back. All this time I thought you was at least 35. Nicki, you're the only one who thought she was 35. Nobody thought that Lotto was 35. Like, no. Okay? And by the way, this is, I want to uplift these two queens. Right? Clearly, yeah, Nicki's like rap queen, but like.
And that's where I'll stop. So you can see, like I said, Akademiks has his opinion about certain things, and he appreciates the OGs of the game, but he's also able to be constructive. Something that Armon Wiggins lacks. And the problem with Armon is Tasha K years ago said that Armon thrives off validation. He seeks validation. So many times Tasha K talked so much crap about him, but every time she would call Armon Wiggins, he would get on the phone and fall for it. And then Wiley would go on his channel talking about he knew about the conversation. So clearly Tasha K was using Armon. She's done that so many times to him, but he seeks validation so much. He really wanted her to be his mentor, and it hurt him. He's never let go. Same as Nicki. It's the same thing. It feels like Armon is those kind of people who they leave a toxic relationship because the boyfriend was cheating on them and doing all this kind of things, not treating them well, not giving them attention. But then he gets into another relationship that's really good and he has opportunities to do just as great. But he keeps taking his new boyfriend to this old spot that he used to go with, to the toxic boyfriend, to kind of see if the toxic boyfriend still think that he has any value in him. Like, it's almost like, look at me, I'm here, I'm still standing. Do you see me? Do you think you want to rethink what you said about me? Maybe you want to follow me again. Because he keeps saying on his channel, at this time, Nicki, you just need to unfollow me. I mean, you just need to unblock me and follow me, because she posted him. But, and then, even with the Kanye West picture that he took and that he posts on his Instagram, it's like he posts those things are as achievement. Can you believe? I understand as a fan, if someone like your Beyonce posts what you said or retweets and says, that's right, girl, and you can be like, my God, she posted me. That's fine. But this guy takes it to another level. He puts it on and he says, just so you guys don't mess with me and this and this and that. But it's kind of like, dude, these people are just human beings just like you. You're seeking validation from another human being. And every time you get a validation from a human being you're seeking so hard, you act illogical. And the thing is, I feel like Cardi gives him too much grace sometimes. Better her than me. But she must have a reason, because, again, better her than me. Cardi is just much better than me. That's all I can say. Because I would stay clear of Armon Wiggins if I was Cardi B. Well, that's all I have. Bye.